I have an empty space on the wall right here. I have wine that I need to store somewhere right here. So I was thinking we would try and make a wine rack.
Come on, sit. Come on.
Oh, she loves me today.
Girl.
So it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I've been inside all day editing and doing other stuff and just need to get out of the house. So this is good. This is good. We'll go to Bunnings, we'll grab some bits and pieces and should be good. I got my timber, got some stain, got some wood putty, and some wall fixing stuff in case I can't find any studs in the wall. But this is the timber I got. It's Tasmanian oak. They really didn't have much choice, to be completely honest, so I just went with something like that. So one piece of it, hopefully I don't stuff it up, but we'll see. If there's one thing I'm not, it's organized. So when you see me do this, it's pretty impressive. Beer. Nothing completes a DIY project like a nice cold beer. All right, let's get into it. All right, so first guys, we need to decide how big I want this thing to be. So this is the space I have to work with. Maybe from there to there. Yeah, that seems good. I mean, it's the kind of the nice thing about building things yourself. You make the rules. No one tells me how long this thing is gonna be. Actually, one thing that will guide us is the spacings of the bottles. So I'll measure roughly what that is, but then based on how many bottles I want in there and how far in between each hole will be how long this thing will end up being. Timber, guys, is longer than it needs to be. So what I'm gonna do is actually take advantage of that and cut a small piece off and do a test, drill my hole in it and see if a bottle of wine supports in it parallel or if it sags a little bit, and that will determine how many bottles I can fit along this whole length. So yeah, let's get cutting. Alright guys, I've got my hole in my piece of wood. So let's give it a shot with a piece of wine. A bottle of wine. What do you reckon? Fair bit of sag. Depends how deep you put it in, I suppose, as well. Do I trust that? If there's an earthquake or something, that'll shake. I think I trust that. So I've drilled a couple holes. Turns out I have one bit which is too small and one bit which is a little bit too big. So I'm gonna go the one that's a little bit too big and just get a little bit of sag in the bottles. Should be fine, they should still hold. If we do 150, so pretend that wood goes all the way to the end of the tape measure, and then the next bottle, so if we go center to center, they would be spaced apart that far. We have our two 1 meter bits of timber, just here. So I think how we'll end up mounting it on the wall is if we attach this guy like that, make an L shape. So this board is how we will fix to the wall, just through like that. And then this board here will have the holes in it and the bottles of wine will stick like that basically. It's coming together. So now I'm just gonna measure up where to put these holes, all 6 of them. I have got all the holes in, nice and evenly spaced. I hope. I haven't really had a close look. So now it's pretty rough around all these edges here. So just gonna give it a quick sanding, and then pretty much we have to start thinking about how we want to hang this thing. Alrighty bros, all sanded. Have a look. Guys, this is where I'm up to. Basically an L shape with a bunch of holes in it. Alright guys, I've hung this thing in place. Check it out, I think it looks pretty cool. Give it another quick sanding and then stain it, and then we'll go from there. So I'm pretty happy. Nice little weekend project. The next day, and I've stained my wine rack, and I think it's actually come up really nice. Beth likes it as well, which is always a good thing. Feast your eyes on my wine rack. So this is it. If you want to make one, you know how to make one. Look at my good girl Juno staying as I drive away. She's such a good girl, but then she gets all grumpy because I'm leaving without her, so she won't even come to me at the gate.